Tiger Stadium on the campus of Louisiana State University, Baton Rouge. And for the final time this season, the Tigers take the field. It's senior day in Death Valley. We welcome you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon, the Rebels of Ole Miss, 5-5 for the year, against the 7th-ranked Tigers of LSU, who come in with an 8-2 record. Take a look at the current SEC West standings. Alabama can get to the conference championship game if they defeat Auburn next week. LSU can win, but they need to win out and get some help. And Ole Miss attempting to become bowl eligible in Hugh Freeze's first year. A brilliant afternoon here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And they're meeting for the 101st time. Even though this series is not all that close and LSU has won most of the games in this decade here, you can see by the scores listed on the right that LSU and Ole Miss have had some struggles. And Ole Miss comes in shorthanded. Let's get more from Tracy Wolfson.
That's right. If they're going to pull off the upset, they're going to have to limit a red-hot Zach Mettenberger, and they're going to have to do it with a banged-up secondary. Cornerback Wesley Pendleton did not make the trip because of an ankle injury. Senquez Golson, they don't know how much they're going to get out of him. And Trey Elston will start, but he's dealing with a turf toe. They are also not expecting much out of defensive end C.J. Johnson because of a neck. And starting tight end Furby Allen is out with a knee injury, guys. They are banged up, to say the least.
Okay, Tracy, thank you. Couldn't be more pretty in mid-November. 69 degrees, a slight breeze. That should have no effect on the ball game. These two teams meeting for the 101st time. SMU leads the all-time series. They go all the way back to 1894. And last season, Ole Miss was given the worst thumping in the history of this series, 52-3. Ole Miss won the toss. They have deferred, so LSU will get the ball.
And as Tracy gave all those injury reports for Ole Miss, you understand what a big upset this will be. As much as the motivation of getting into a bowl game, I believe this LSU team is not going to let this thing kind of sneak by. They're very focused.
Bryson Rose will kick off for the Rebels. Michael Ford and Jarvis Landry are deep. And this one will be returned out to the 10, 15, 20, and down near the 21-yard line. And good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. We chatted with Hugh Freeze yesterday morning, and he said we're going to need some breaks.
Yeah, of course they will. I mean, right. LSU's going to have to help them a little bit. But the style that they play, if they could get into their tempo game, and LSU's defense does not allow that to happen much against A&M. They did it a little bit, but couldn't sustain it.
Right.
That really is their hope of the game. On offense, they have to get LSU uncomfortable, and can they stop the power running game?
Zach Mettendorf off of 2 brilliant games, won a win. Mettenberger, and he completes the first pass of the ball game to Odell Beckham Jr. Let's take a look at Mettenberger's stats. Gary, he really in the last 2 games has come into his own.
Yeah, and actually, as you look at Mettenberger and how he's improved, you look at LSU playing a little hurry up at Ole Miss. Pitch and go.
Down the right side, overthrown, incomplete, intended for Odell Beckham Jr. and Trey Elston was defending. DeRozic, Collins, Lonergan, Turner, and Alexander. DeRozic introduced for the 2nd time as a senior. He had a 6th-year medical redshirt. Boone, Clement, Copeland, Jeremy Hill, the freshman, and Beckham, the wideout.
And
they're down 10.
And just a year ago, as LSU starts out with back-to-back passes, remember they rushed for over 350 yards in this game last year against Ole Miss.
Rebels have 4 down. They looked threatening the blitz. They're not coming. Right side. Good coverage, and it's dropped by Jarvis Landry. So 3 and out for LSU.
And one thing Hugh Freeze, when he was talking to us, talked about is he really believes that the attitude of this team will show up and play a good football game. He goes, we're going to need help. You know, we've got a long shot to win it, but we will play hard and we will play with effort.
Well, they're off a 2-game losing streak. They've got the record of 5-3. They need a win to become bowl eligible. Here's Wing. Fair catch called by Corvick Neat, and he takes it at the 38-yard line. 39-yard punt, nothing on the return. Well, the Chick-fil-A starting lineups presented by Chick-fil-A, and the starting quarterback for Ole Miss, Bo Wallace, number 14.
Well, he's kind of followed his old coach. He actually signed with Hugh Freeze and at Arkansas State, transferred, and then Hugh Freeze got him back.
Spent last year at East Mississippi Community College. He was JC Player of the Year. Play action. He's a big guy, not terribly mobile. And that first pass sails, it's out of bounds. Jamez Logan. McCray, Morris, Swindoll, Hawkins, and Burton, the offensive line for Ole Miss. Moncrief, perhaps the most notable wide receiver. Mackey gets the start at running back today. They wanted to use him a little more than they have in the last couple of weeks. Starting tight end Furbia Allen out for the year, as Tracy noted, so Jamal Mosley is in that spot. 2 men wide left, 1 wide right. Play action. Wallace, incomplete. Logan looks around for the flag. There's not one there, and Craig Lawson was defending.
Well, one of the things that you'll notice on this defense for John Chavis and LSU is they aren't going to really get all concerned about the hurry-up. They believe that their players are a little bit interchangeable, and they're not going to panic with the substitution pattern for Ole Miss.
3rd down 10. Batted down.
I think it was Benny Logan that got that one up the middle. Squeezing the middle of that pocket has been one of the problems for Ole Miss in the run game, handling the defensive tackles. And I think number 18 right there is the guy who get it. It was Benny. Wearing that famous number here, and he goes up, puts the pressure on inside. One of the challenges Ole Miss has had against Georgia especially was handling that inside defensive tackles for their offense.
Jim Broadway is the punter in his first season. A walk-on, spent 2 years at Miami of Ohio, and then transferred. Here is Odell Beckham Jr. Gets loose, right side. Can he get around the corner? Yes, a little feint, and that allowed him to pick up an additional 8 yards. Mike Mary, number 52, with the tackle. 44-yard punt, 17 on Beckham's return. LSU gets the ball for the 2nd time here early, first quarter. Both teams 3 and out. We are scoreless. 2nd possession now for LSU. And let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A defense. Jason Jones, Bennett, Pena, and Wiggum. The front 4 for the Rebels. Kemdiche, Mike Mary, Keith Lewis are the 3 linebackers. Kemdiche probably the best this year. Covington, Elston, Pruitt, and Sawyer in the defensive backfield. I formation again on 1st down.
And you're going to get a dose of run here. Almost guarantee it. And stopped well.
Jeremy Hill, the true freshman who became a starter midway through the season.
You know, Vern, people talk about Ole Miss being a bit undersized, and we talked about they had to play with effort. Watch the end of this punt return. Gilbert Pena, number 99, is probably their biggest defensive lineman, over 320 pounds. He's out there covering the punt. How about that? All hands on deck for this game, especially with Tracy talked about the injuries. 2nd
down and 9. Russell Shepard, one of the seniors, gets the handoff, cuts back to the left, and Shepard, very emotional when he was introduced on senior day. Zach Mettenberger's slow start. Here's the quarterback at LSU. Look at the first 8 games, under 60%. Last 2 games, he has really been terrific.
Yeah. They're a different team. Obviously, when he's hot, it gives them that extra weapon. How about Denzel Kimdichie, the last 2 plays, number 4? He's their tackling machine. Made the last 2 tackles for the stops for Ole Miss.
3rd down 9. See if Ole Miss can force LSU to go 3 and out back-to-back.
Got him again.
Kimdichie coming, and it's incomplete. Wow.
They moved him around. This time they went with a 3-man line. He was at the bottom of the unblocked, untouched. Mettenberger had to get rid of it on the hot. He's going to come right around the corner right here. Nobody goes for him. He had to throw hot and just a little bit late with it. 2 3-and-outs.
Yes. Well, they haven't needed any breaks so far. They've created their own pressure defensively.
I'll tell you, I'm ready to do the game. The crowd seems a little off, and LSU seems a little off, but I'll tell you what, Ole Miss is ready to play.
What a boomer by Brad Wing. Fair catch taken by Corvick Neat. A 47-yard punt by Brad Wing. Denzel Kimdichie. Outstanding start. Mentioned that Bo Wallace is in his first year as a starter at Ole Miss. Has a bit of versatility about himself.
Well, he came up big last week throwing the ball, threw for over 400 yards. But you're right. It's he's done a little bit of everything in Hugh Freeze's spread offense, catching a pass for a touchdown, running a pass, running the ball in the spread for a touchdown, and throwing one against Auburn. 3 different ways in that Auburn game. I think the question in this game, though, as Randall Mackey's in there at running back, is can Ole Miss run the ball? They've not been running the ball well.
Deep left side, man open, and he overthrew him by a foot. Yep. Dante Moncrief.
Yep, with a little fake. Dante Moncrief, leading receiver. Some games he's been shut out, but he's been the guy. He's going right up here. I think he has a hitch and go. Yes, he does. Gets a hitch and go open. But, you know, that's a tough one for the quarterback to time up. Your eyes kind of deceive you. The receiver never gets to his top speed that quickly. A lot of overthrows on that play.
This is Randall Mackey getting the start, as we mentioned, over Jeff Scott, the leading ground gainer. Mackey, who can throw the ball, was a starter for 6 games at quarterback last year. What did he get? 2 touches last week?
That's all he got against Vandy. 2 touches, and trying to find different ways to get him the football. And as much as Hugh Freeze and the offense wants to go fast, when you don't do well on first down, and we'll talk about that later, it's hard to go fast because it's a quick 3-and-out and punt.
Little swing pass right side to Mackey. He's got the first down. That is the first down of the game. Craig Lawson, number 6, made the stop.
One of the staples in this offense is after you make a first down with a play, a short pass like this, you're going to snap it quick. They get a little, that's part of the running game. Throw it out quick to the back and go again.
Here's Mackey. And for more on Mackey, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, you mentioned it that Hugh Freeze wanted to get him a lot more touches today. One of the reasons is he's facing his home state team. The other one is obviously his ability. But then Freeze said he enjoys watching Mackey succeed. He said he couldn't be more pleased with Mackey's turnaround academically, socially, athletically. And he also said he's one of his favorite players, guys.
All right, Tracy, and he's on the bench for this play because that's Jeff Scott. Started for most of the year. Lamine Barrow made the stop, and it's first down and 10. 3 wides right side, 1 top of the screen. Scott. No, keeper. Wallace. How about this? Foot race, being chased and not caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss. 58 yards. That's the last thing LSU expected to see.
Well, as you watched, it's the simple zone keep. You're reading the unman of the line of scrimmage, and you're right. LSU was not ready for this type of effort game. They're not playing with the intensity I expected early in this game. And Hugh Freeze, who said, you know, Wallace might not be the perfect runner for my offense, on that one he was.
Bryson Rose, perfect for the year with the extra point tries. 58-yard run on the play fake.
Let's see who he was reading here. It probably was Mingo on the play. Let's see if his guys' eyes go to Mingo and what happens with Mingo. He does. Mingo crashes. He goes right around him. Either the linebacker didn't read it and they weren't in sync. As Mingo crashes, the linebacker must scrape to the outside, but a busted assignment changes the scoreboard.
Bo Wallace, 58 yards. Ole Miss, 7-0. Doubleheader tomorrow, the NFL on CBS. League game early, Cleveland at Dallas. 3 others on the agenda then. And the big game late, Indianapolis at New England. It all begins with the NFL today. JB and the quartet. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, the NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines. Longest rush against LSU this season, and it more than doubles Bo Wallace's previous long run of the year, which was 25 yards. Great fake. And then Eric Reed missing the first tackle.
Yeah, that was actually the breakdown, Vern. You're right on with that. You can live with an 8-yard gain. If the quarterback keeps it, say, okay, you got us on that one. You cannot live how the 2 safeties busted on the play.
Kickoff from Rose. Michael Ford is the deep man again, and this one will go right through the end zone. Gary, another look at the touchdown run.
We talked about Mingo maybe being a little too aggressive, but watch the 2 great safeties for LSU, Reed and Luston. Watch while they missed the tackles. All right, give him 8 yards. Big deal. Make the tackle safety. Make the tackle safety. 2 missed tackles, and it's a sprint to the end zone. Minter has no chance to get him. As I say, you get a defensive end a little too aggressive and you get poor tackling from your safety position. That's a recipe for disaster. We wondered if Ole Miss could run it. That was just way too easy.
And so LSU trailing by 7 now, looking for its first down. Mettenberger deep. He goes way downfield. Catch is made by James Wright.
Just splits the coverage that time, runs right by Sawyer. No help from Cody Pruitt, the safety. And you can see LSU has decided to speed up the tempo in this game.
Back at the line. Handoff goes to Jeremy Hill. Busted up the middle. And in for the score.
It didn't take long, did it?
48-yard pass, 27-yard run. And we are within an extra point try of being tied.
Sometimes it's hard to convince your team to get ready to play a football game until they actually get slapped in the face. And it now does appear that LSU, after the touchdown, has been slapped in the face.
How long did it take, you ask? 21 seconds. Drew Ottenhall. Another of the seniors.
2 guys to watch here. J.C. Copeland, the fullback, and Josh Dorosic, the left tackle. Watch Dorosic and then the fullback hidden by number 33. Dorosic actually is going to get a couple guys. Fits on one, rubs off, and fits again on the second guy to actually clear the pass on Kindichi. You watch a good tackle. That's teamwork on the offensive line. Push, help, make the play, and follow the big fullback. That's a nice answer with a deep pass and a strong running game.
"21-second drive, 48-yard pass, 27-yard run, extra point good, 7-7. Jeremy Hill and Spencer Ware, fellow running back to his right. And James Wright, who caught that diving catch, split 2 defenders.
And it does show you why I think LSU would be a tough team to beat right now. They've got an emerging quarterback. You know, they have the ability to run the ball with power, and now the receivers are coming on, the quarterback's getting hot. If there was a playoff format, an 8-team playoff format, I don't know if you want to play LSU right now.
Kickoff specialist is sophomore James Hairston out of Dallas Jesuit. And a short kick. Jalen Walton will return it. But not very far. Now let's take a look from our Avis action cam. Let's go back.
You know, we wanted to just show one of the things we thought maybe during the commercial break why LSU had gone fast was maybe they thought Wright had bobbled that catch, and before they could get a replay on it, they wanted to show it. Here's the action cam from behind on the touchdown run. But just when it's anything in doubt, you go with the quick snap. That might have been one of the reasons they did it, but you could see Wright controlled that catch, and it was a good catch all the way.
First down 10 in the 7-7 game, 9:48 to go, first quarter. Randall Mackey is the running back, play action. Wallace. Oh, he's got a man wide open because the defender slipped. And Moncrief again, the ball overthrown.
Well, that's about the third one in this football game so far. This time it's Thorold Simon, number 24. He's in bump and run. They've got him deep, no one in the center of the field. If this ball is thrown conservatively, that's a touchdown. You know, a lot of people talked a little bit about A.J. McCarron's throws last week when he was a bit underthrown. You'd rather underthrow than overthrow those big plays like that.
Randall Mackey with the carry. Yeah, at least give your receiver a chance to hold up.
I mean, you don't know it when you throw the ball. I mean, you know, you figure he'll be there, but it's two of them in this game.
Third down 9, Ole Miss. Devin Thomas is the running back now, number 29. LSU has 3 down. Now 4. Wallace. He's got a man open again. Is the catch.
I think he came out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Landed out of bounds. Yep.
Devin Thomas.
A nice play by Bo Wallace that time, spinning one way out of it. Kind of confused the pass rush. He got outside, and then just one of those hairline passes. You got to keep it to the sideline. Could have gone either way. Again, I think Ole Miss is kind of being very aggressive as they start this game, but the momentum of the player pulled him out with that throw.
And that brings on Jim Broadway again in his first year as a walk-on, 2 years at Miami. His dad was the punter for the Georgia national championship team some 32 years ago.
Not much height, but they had no return here at all.
Yeah, fair catch called for by Odell Beckham Jr. 47-yard punt, nothing on the return. And now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Well, Vern, when you're not a running quarterback, you must have some other skills. And one of the skill set for Zach Mettenberger first is his size. He's got great arm strength, but his courage in the pocket, that's what showed up. You're not a scrambler, so you have to be able to stand there and make those courageous throws. That's why Zach has gotten to the point now where he doesn't care. He just rips the throw whether he's covered or not, throws it.
The ball is given to Jeremy Hill, and a sure tackle made by Isaac Gross, number 94. Gary, we talk about the undersized Ole Miss team, kind of personified by Isaac Gross.
Yeah, he's, you know, under 255 pounds, playing basically nose tackle in this league. And what you have to do when you do that is you have to move. You have to be elusive, you have to stunt, and that's what they do. Gross 254. I said he was under 255.
Yes, you did.
That qualifies.
Formation. Copeland is the fullback. Beckham comes in, slot right. Play action. Mettenberger got him open. Wow, Travis Dixon, number 41. He's getting backup duty today because Nick Jacobs has been suspended for a second consecutive game for violation of team rules.
And you're going to see as Mettenberger throws this again with a guy right in his face, wide open on the play, though. That's way too easy.
Dixon from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, his first catch of the season. And that was Jeremy Hill.
Yeah, just one more look. Mettenberger knows he's going to get hit on this play right in his face. Doesn't really have to accept the blow, but as he threw it, he didn't know whether he was going to get hit or the guy was going to jump up in the air. But Mettenberger proved to his teammates last week that as a pocket passer, he's willing to stand in there and deliver the ball.
Spencer Ware is now on the field, number 11. And Spencer Ware gets the pass. Defender tripped up and misses the first tackle. And then Mike Mary, number 52, got him and knocked him out of bounds. Third down.
Third down was such a great weapon for LSU when they almost knocked off Alabama. Let's see how they continue to play with this now in this football game.
Out of the spread, Ware stays on the field, number 11. Third down, 5. Jarvis Landry in motion. 3 receivers right side. Mettenberger keeps it and is stopped. That's Jason Jones, number 38.
Yeah, good job by that Ole Miss secondary, kind of shifting to the motion. Everybody grabbed the person, made sure that they were not letting anybody go clean on the play. Ole Miss is going to stay with their defense safe. They're going to keep their defense on the field. Probably a good idea against Les, wouldn't you say?
From what we saw in that Alabama game, his career long is 44. Drew Alleman, they tried him on a 54-yarder, if you call.
Yeah. In
that game, they also went for a fake punt on 4th down and 12.
And this one's into the wind, 48 yards. This seems to be will be a good kick.
It would be a career long for Alleman. Just misses right.
Yeah, he had enough leg, just barely, but a tough kick into the wind. A good stop after the big pass play for Ole Miss to stand in, force it to stop right there, and you can see just to the right.
Ouch.
Well, Alleman came back last week with a pretty good game after that big miss he had late in the game against Alabama.
Yeah, he missed a 45-yarder that allowed Alabama to cake over for that final drive. The touchdown catch by T.J. Yeldon in the screen pass. This is Jeff Scott, leading ground gainer for the year for Ole Miss. Tackle made by Eric Reed.
Yeah, and Jeff Scott's been basically stymied the last 3 games against Arkansas, Georgia, and Vanderbilt. He's gone 50 yards, 21 yards, and last week against Vandy, 24 attempts for 47 yards.
Ouch.
That's how you stay at home if you're a defensive end right there.
Flag down. Matt Moore is our referee today.
Offside. Defense, number 49. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That means Mingo was lined up in the neutral zone on the play. That's why the flag came out so early. And now Hugh Freeze, Dan Werner, his offensive coordinator, get to kind of up the tempo. They're trying to get 4 yards on first down to start the tempo of the drive.
Scott trying to go left, another missed tackle, and the down marker almost got in the way. Down marker holder. 2nd down, 7. And they'll go quickly. Wallace.
I don't know if that one was tipped or not.
I couldn't tell.
He tried to get the ball to Mosley, number 17. Either Mosley or the quarterback miscommunication. Mosley turns out to the right, and Bo Wallace throws it to the inside, or was it tipped? I think it was tipped. Yeah, I think it was tipped. That's kind of the new phase of defensive linemen on those short passes.
It was Barkevius Mingo, and it's 3rd down and 7. Stunt up the middle.
Yes, he did.
Here goes Moncrief. Foot race. No flags. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
I'll tell you, the LSU safeties are having a rough game. This is the third time Harold Simon has been beat. The second time, Eric Reed took a bad angle. Throw an 8-yard slant play for a touchdown. I mean, where's the safety? Eric Reed takes a poor angle and allows the wide receiver on a 6-yard pass to score. Bad defense.
Extra point try from Bryson Rhodes.
You know, again, Vern, I mean, you know, corners are going to get beat. I mean, that's the way it is. You just can't allow a short pass like that to gut you for 7 points. His safety's right in the middle of the field. Where's he going? Eric Reed, terrible angle. I mean, you got to save the football team. That's why they call you a safety.
Second mistake by Reed that has led to a touchdown. Missed tackle on Wallace. Bad angle on this one. (14-7) Ole Miss. Another look at that touchdown catch.
Yeah, if you're John Chavis, watch Kevin Minner, number 46, comes in free, untouched on the play. You think you've got a good defense dialed as a defensive coordinator. I'm not taking anything away from Ole Miss here. That was a well-designed, a well-executed play that should have got you 12 yards.
Right.
That's good enough. I mean, they'd been thrilled with 12 yards. They end up with 14 points here. You know, 2 big plays that just have gutted this LSU prideful defense.
14-7 Ole Miss. Bryson Rhodes kicks it off.
Yeah, I was wrong. I felt LSU would be ready to play. They are not ready to play.
Now let's go back to the studio for a John Hancock update. Here's Tim Brando.
All right, guess what, Vern? It doesn't appear USC's ready to play either. Jonathan Franklin from 16 yards out to make it 24-0. Story to this game, 2 Trojan turnovers leading to 14 points. Winner goes to the Pac-12 title game. USC won this game last year 50-0. Back to you.
Well, Jim Mora and the UCLA Bruins enjoying quite a resurgence this year. Now Mettenberger, Copeland, and Hill in the eye. First down 10. Well played. Jeremy Hill goes right, cuts back left, but not very far. As Sir Darius Bryant, number 14, makes the stop. Spencer Ware comes on the field. Beckham will line up as one of 3 wide receivers to the left. Landry and Caitlin Boone are the others. Spencer Ware. Spin down. 11 on 11. That's Channing Ward, number 11, on Spencer Ware.
I watched most of the game when Ole Miss played Georgia, and they handled the Georgia power running game. It was the play-action pass game that really gutted them eventually. They were very physical. The only team that's really pounded them really successfully has been Texas and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Texas went for 350. A&M went for 290, I think, on them running the ball.
Third down 1. Where is the deep back with Copeland? They lead you right.
I don't think so.
No. Let's see what the spot.
Well, they have to get across the line, remember. Just actually have to touch the line, right?
Yes.
Well, it looks like they do have it. They have the spot. Is the first down.
Channing Ward with his 2nd consecutive stop.
Yeah, Bryant did a good job, too, inside. Darius Bryant. You know, Alabama, ran the ball, I think, 25 times for 150, $150 right in that area, too. So this Ole Miss team, maybe they're undersized, but they will be tough on the run game.
Dave Womack, longtime assistant coach, is the defensive coordinator. Now, Kenny Hilliard gets into the backfield, and he's hit immediately. He's almost disappeared in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
He really has. Didn't even get a touch in the last 2 games.
No. And it's Channing Ward for his 3rd consecutive tackle.
I'll tell you, this was a complete whiff inside that time. I mean, a complete whiff inside. The numbers numbers always get you. You know, if you're a broadcaster, sometimes you're 11. Wait, what is a safety making a play like that?
Yes, exactly.
He's a defensive lineman. And most of those numbers are promised to the recruits when they come in. You know, that's what they wore in high school.
Second down 11. Mettenberger chased. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know who he was throwing it to that time. I don't know if he was throwing it to Clement that time or downfield, because they were in the same line. One guy was short and one guy was deep. I don't know if it was going to Boone or Clement. Watch this, they're right there.
Yeah.
He actually knocks the pass down, or Boone would have had it.
Our old buddy Dan Bornay, the public address announcer, gave it to Caden Boone. So we'll go with Dan.
Well, here we go again. Third down and long. Let's see how the pass protection goes, because they inside, Ole Miss has been doing a good job putting some pressure on the passer.
Darius Bryant's up in the line. He is coming. Mettenberger goes after Spencer Ware. Beautiful open field tackle by Joel Kite, number 15.
Yeah, the big play here is Ole Miss, with their defensive stunt, forced a quick throw. They're coming off the edge with two guys this time. Actually, it's one. It was a stunt inside, but it did force the hot throw, and then what you have to do, and Kite did make the tackle. If you miss a tackle, there's a lot of space, but no missed tackle there. Great defensive call.
Brad Wing is on the punt. Oh, he muffed it. He muffed it. Ball's loose on the ground.
And I'll tell you that time, Cormac Neat misplayed that one the whole way.
They're still looking for the football, but the guy came out with it. Deion Jones, number 45.
A little bit into the wind, and Neat misjudged this ball. Yes, the ball got hung up in the wind, and he had no chance for it. Misjudged it. That's the one time he should have just a little more discretion there. You know, it was not a perfectly spiraled punt, and the wobble got caught in the wind, and he misjudged it.
And the freshman linebacker out of New Orleans, Deion Jones, number 45, came out of that pile with the ball.
Well, if you're going to make mistakes, that's a 50-yard mistake and the football.
Backs in the eye. Good toss. Jeremy Hill gets a block from Copeland. Tries to get around the corner and gets to the 12. That 270-pound fullback was down low, providing an escort. And let's take a look at the LSU Verizon red zone stats. 21 of 42 possessions resulting in touchdowns. Hill again. Mike Mary made the stop.
Yeah, Lavelle Collins was 20 yards downfield, block his left guard right here. I don't know. He comes around, follows his guy into the end zone. I don't know if he finds anybody to block or not. He does. One of those undersized safeties, and he just keeps pushing him all the way out of the end zone and gets a flag at the end of it. I don't know who it was on.
Well, it was thrown in the end zone.
Was it on Collins or not, though, at the end of it?
After the play, personal foul. Number 3 of the defense, face mask. Off the distance to the goal. First down.
Colors on Charles Sawyer, the cornerback.
And I think that's who he was blocking at the end of the play. And I don't know if he had grabbed on to Collins' face mask or not. See him leave the screen on the left. You see the umpire watching it right there. Watch him watch it all the way through.
And it's first and goal after the penalty. Hill, no. Bounces, tries to bounce. Outside, and Jason Jones, number 38.
See if we can go a little farther on that thing and see if at the end of it, if something pops up. Left side still. Hope you have a high-definition camera so you can watch a TV, by the way. That happened right on the end of the play. I couldn't see it.
I couldn't either. The field judge is the guy who threw it. So it's second down and goal.
If you don't have one of those widescreen TVs, you wouldn't even be able to see that. We both have one of those.
Of course,
right?
of course, yes, yeah. We do. It's a distinct advantage. Hill.
No.
And it's Jason Jones again, wearing number 38. That, of course, to honor the late Chucky Mullins. Number 38 given to a designated player each year.
Now they go left with the football, but you can see the movement up front. And Copeland gets one block, but there's two guys there.
Isaac Gross is another, yeah.
And Mike Murray was right there, the middle linebacker, too.
3rd and goal.
Now what do? It's not likely that they're going to run the quarterback. Do you go with the fade pass to Jarvis Landry? Remember, he caught the one in the game. He's got one-on-one coverage to the top of the screen out here.
But it's all going to happen 90 yards away to the south, men. 14-7 for the moment. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ole Miss 14, LSU 7. We'll return to Tiger Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. And we welcome you back to Tiger Stadium, Death Valley, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We began the second quarter with Tracy Wilson and Gary Danielson, Vern Lundquist, and LSU down by 7. 3rd down goal. Mettenberger 4 wides. Drills it in the end zone.
Got there, didn't get it through that time.
Incomplete. Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, Kimdichie came across and closed on the play, I think. Watch Kimdichie right here. I think he gets across and makes the play and dislodges it just as it got the ball there. Ball went to the right player, but I think the two collisions from the Ole Miss players, from Kite and Kimdichie, jarred it loose.
Aleman for the extra point. This is 23 yards away. I beg your pardon, the field goal. Well, muffed punt leads to only 3. Ole Miss by 4. To get the latest news, analysis, and predictions from Tony Barnhart, Bruce Feldman, and other CBS Sports experts, watch College Football 360 live weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern or on demand at cbssports.com/collegefootball360. Muff punt, golden opportunity to at least tie the game, and not there.
That was a nice answer. No, Ole Miss is ready to play. You know, Hugh Freeze has talked about the first thing he had to instill in this team was an attitude to play hard, and you can see that has been accomplished with this Ole Miss football team. They are playing last year at this time. Of course, they're going through a coaching change. You know, It was kind of a different circumstance, but this year they are playing tough football.
After they won on a last-second field goal at Arkansas, they were 5-3. They had dropped their last 2. If you're an Ole Miss fan, heartbreakingly last week to Vanderbilt at home.
Yeah, they had 2 games they could, I think, 2 program games, A&M and Vandy, that they could have won both of them and found a way to lose both of them.
Hairston with a kick. Walton bobbles it in the end zone and takes the knee. It's really an inexact science, isn't it? You never know quite what to expect in a game like this.
No, and you'd like to say maybe it's because they're kids, but, you know, we see this at any level. With NFL, sometimes, you know, you try to get your team ready. You watch tape. I think LSU still thinking about how the game they blew against, Florida, they think they lost. Right. They could have won. Alabama the same way. But I got to feel that Ole Miss has their attention now. We'll see how it goes. The question is, as Ole Miss has already run the ball because of the long run by Wallace, they've run the ball for more yards than they have in the last 3 games. 85 already.
Here's Scott. And he gets about 3. Punt, TD, punt. TD. And a total of 242. It was a 58-yard run by Wallace. Hugh Freeze, second stint at Ole Miss. He was there for 3 years. Pass is complete to Jamal Mosley, number 17.
Yeah, same play that was tipped before. This time they completed.
Kevin Minter made the stop.
So interesting to see the difference in how LSU, with the substitution by Ole Miss, they don't even bat an eye. They don't even move.
Right. 3rd and 4. Movement on the right side. Looks like Pierce Burton, number 71. Got a little anxious.
False start. Offense. Number 71, 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And remember, Burton has to have a hair trigger here. He knows he's got Mingo to the outside. And one of the things, they call it a wide 9 technique that Mingo's in. The tackle cannot see the football and the defensive end at the same time. He has to choose which one to look at.
3rd and 9. Devin Thomas is the running back. Blitz coming. Wallace drills it, tipped, intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins, number 32. Still upright.
Yeah, right off the hands of Moncrief that time. Bo Wallace needs Moncrief to make that play. I mean, it's not a perfect pass, but good enough, I believe. Moncrief's up to the top of the screen. Come on, you're trying to knock off one of the top teams in the country. You've got this play. That's darn near a perfect throw. Right through Moncrief's hands. He had the touchdown play, you know, behind him a little bit. Momentum going one way, but that ball's on the way. Long before Moncrief, you could argue that Moncrief might have slightly overran the hole. Either way, it's one your receiver has to come up with.
Second turnover by Ole Miss. Jeremy Hill is the running back. That's Odell Beckham Jr. Hill, nice little cutback. Left to right. Brian Bennett, number 95, and Denzel Kimdiche, number 4. 2nd and 5. Travis Dixon, the backup tight end for this week, is a late add to the offensive huddle. Hill. Channing Ward just missed him, number 11, but Gilbert Pena, number 99, got him.
I'll tell you, that Ole Miss front 7 is active. I mean, they are getting off of blocks. They're refusing to sit still and kind of play LSU's games. You know, whether it's Ward or inside, Gross, Bennett, or Jones, or C.J. Johnson, they are moving all the time.
LSU 1 of 6 on 3rd downs, and they're looking at 3rd and 8 now after that 3-yard loss.
You know, and with Kite and Kimdiche inside, it's almost like they got 7 defensive backs on the field. I mean, they are very, very mobile on the back 7.
Well, Kimdiche starts. He is coming. So is Kite. The pass, right side, Spencer Ware.
That was a great read by the quarterback that time. He knew exactly where his hot was. You take the rush and make it work against Ole Miss. Coming out, nobody peels with the running back. That's just way too easy. That's a bust. You always have on a blitz somebody covering the running back. And LSU could kind of tell that story, couldn't they?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
The screen pass.
Let's talk about McCarron to Yelver. Yep. Nice spin. Wow. Ware right side, stiff arm. And knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Well, Gilbert Pena, number 99, forced the play back. But Ware read it well. Pena to the outside of it, forces back, makes the spin. And then Ware, who's a very physical football player, never gives up on a run, always finishes it. Always fun to watch Spencer Ware run the football.
1st and goal. LSU trails by 4. Early moments, second quarter. Backs in the eye. Ware gets it, cuts it left, drives down to the 1. Trey Elston, number 7, with the tackle.
And you got it. Exact words, drives down to the 1. He's going behind his new right side of his line, Turner and Alexander, and he just plowed right into the almost to the end zone.
One is a true freshman, one is a redshirt freshman, and they have been nicknamed Bull and Dozer.
He did just that on that play.
Yep. Second down. Mettenberger will throw it. Oh, dear.
Good defense that time.
Yeah. Travis Dixon, the intended receiver.
Williams does a good job to the outside, and Dixon was, you know, as a tight end right there, said, you know, when you're going to throw the fade to a tight end, you do not see that often. Very clever play.
And so 3rd and goal.
I bet Les is thinking he's got 2 more plays here.
Dixon leads the way. They give it to Copeland. I don't know. No, he didn't get it.
4th and inches. And
yes.
I'm almost going to bet that Les goes for it here. Handing the ball to Copeland, trying to feed the fullback with a little sugar for all of the blocking he does, and kind of spins, loses all his power by spinning early.
And so 4th and goal. 10:07 to go first half. That much needed for the touchdown. Ware up and over and in for the TD.
Well, a drop pass led to another short field. And this time, don't even have to follow anybody. Ware had made up his mind. He was going up the middle no matter what, and right over the top of it.
First lead for the Tigers now. The extra point forthcoming. Reed Ferguson is the snapper. Brad Wing is the holder. And here is the kick, and it is good. Now this drive began with the interception. Jalen Collins got the pick. Spencer Ware the touchdown. Our coverage will continue after this word from your local station.
Tim Brando in New York in the BCS hunt. Notre Dame needs to stay undefeated. Everett Golson with a beautiful play fake to John Goodman, 50 yards against Wake. It's 21-0. Meanwhile, Nebraska up now 17-0 on the Golden Gophers with 7 and change remaining in the second. Now let's get back to Baton Rouge. Vern, Gary, and Tracy.
All right, thank you, Tim. The current BCS standings: Kansas State, Oregon, Notre Dame, the 3 remaining unbeaten. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, LSU, A&M, South Carolina. A certain SEC tint to the numbers 4 through 9. Kansas State has Baylor tonight.
And everybody is almost conceding that it will take 2 losses from the undefeated teams. You know, 2 of the teams to have a loss for the SEC to climb back into it. We'll see. Crazy stuff always happens, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Hairston's kick. Jalen Walton will try to run this one out. He should not have tried that.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, with the advanced kickoff, the 5 yards forward on the kickoff, I'm telling my guys next year, and I think the coaches will study this, unless you get a clean run on the kickoff, if you stall at all, like he lost all of his momentum, you have to stay in the end zone.
Right.
They're 5 yards closer, and those plays are not working coming out of the end zone unless you're running out full speed, and even then, you're lucky to get to the 25.
From the 6. Mackey. Well, let's bring you up to date once again on the SEC West. Alabama 6-1. They control it. If they beat Auburn, they go to Atlanta to take on Georgia in the SEC championship. LSU, a puncher's chance, you would call it. They've got to win out today and at Arkansas. Barry Brunetti is the new quarterback now.
Yeah, and Brunetti is a little bit more of a runner, even though Wallace had the big touchdown.
Kevin Minter with the tackle. Well, we mentioned that interesting in our conversations with Les Miles and the other folks at LSU, they've not given up, but boy, do they need some help.
Well, he did point out that his team thought they had, their national championship, and all of a sudden, Pittsburgh, West Virginia changed everything back a few years ago.
West Virginia lost at Pittsburgh on that memorable night.
That could be a lateral.
Oh, my
that could be
goodness.
a lateral. That could be a lateral.
Wing.
There's a flag downfield.
Yes, there is. That was Mingo.
And this ball will be judged whether it's a lateral or not. Well, it'll be very interesting if this is ruled a lateral.
Offside. Defense.
Doesn't matter.
49. The 5-yard penalty will not result in a first down. Third down.
So now, but it still has to be, it could have been a turnover, just to show you.
Yeah.
I think that ball was very close. Didn't matter now because of the penalty, but that could have been a disaster.
That was Wallace on the quarterback keeper. Let's go back and look at that previous play.
Bit mute here, but I think this ball could have been declared a lateral. Very, very close. You got to go at least dive on it there. Mingo twice lined up in the neutral zone. This guy.
First down 10, and Brunetti is in for the second play. Option goes right. First contact from Kiki Mingo, number 49. Hugh Freeze with Bo Wallace standing alongside. Brunetti will stay in at the quarterback spot. Barry Brunetti, a junior, 6'1", 212, out of Memphis. 2nd and 8. Mackey. Eric Reed stopped him, but that's good enough to move the chain.
Sure was, and now you'll see Ole Miss speed it up and try to get the tempo going. You start the tempo with a positive first down play. You rev it up with a first down. And Mackey, good blocking downfield. And Mackey's with the first down. You'll see Hugh Freeze try to get this tempo of this game pumped up.
Mackey goes right.
The key, though, is first down.
And so that would indicate they're not going to speed it up
because
here.
now they'll say, well, let's just hold on a little bit. We do not want to give out. Look, we're having trouble stopping them, so let's just slow it down a bit. That's the Taco Bell play.
Yeah. Jeff Scott and Brunetti in the backfield. Sanders and Mosley near side as eligible receivers. Brunetti, look, that quickness. A little change of pace at the point of contact, and Lofton finally stops him.
Yeah, Brunetti gives you a little bit of a different look. You're right, and they can run this is actually almost the Gus Malzahn offense. They're not Oregon and they're not A&M. They're a little bit in between, more of the Gus Malzahn style, power spread and a little bit of the tempo.
And it was interesting, Gary, Hugh Freeze telling us that he and Malzahn are on the phone. They're very good friends,
right,
at least once a week.
Yes, and Chad Morris, who one of their proteges, coaching at Clemson, they're all out of the same style of running game from the spread.
Hugh Freeze came to Ole Miss from Arkansas State. Gus Malzahn succeeded him. Here's the quarterback keeper again.
And they're giving them a little problems now. And they're going to see it now. Positive play. They will up the tempo here on first down and snap it as quick as they can without a substitution.
Brunetti slipped, but he was about to get some serious contact from Benny Logan and Jamaria Rasco. Yanis back in.
Yeah, Ole Miss, who struggled the last 3 games and not run for 100 yards, but they have been able to run today. There was a question whether they could do it, but the quarterback run game has been what's working for them.
3rd down 5. Wallace. Incomplete. Corvick neat.
See, and I think if you're LSU, that's how you have to look at this. Okay, they made a couple first downs. Their quarterback, ran the ball inside. But what is the disaster for LSU is missing the tackles in the secondary. I mean, you give them a few first downs, kind of nod your head, but continue to be calm, know your assignments, and hit the guy in the secondary. Tackles in open space is always going to cause the problems for defenses.
Here's Jim Bradley's punt.
And he shanked it. The rush that time bothered him. Was it Montgomery that came in? Sam Montgomery, I'm not sure if it was him or LeVar Edwards.
I think it was LeVar Edwards.
Out of the peripheral that time, really caused a poor punt. I thought it might be 99, but it was 89. LeVar Edwards comes from the left side. Watch him, the left side of the screen. And, whoa, causes a bad punt.
14 yards, as in 1-4. 17-14, LSU. I'm sure Ole Miss will look back and say, oh, what might have been a couple of defensive lapses. 3rd and 19 against the Aggies. Johnny Manziel to Mike Evans for a first down at Georgia. 3 seconds left in the half. Aaron Murray, Tavares King, touchdown, 40 yards. And last week against Vanderbilt, Jordan Rogers ran for a key 4th down. Some belief that his knee was down before he got to that line, but no challenge.
Yeah, and remember where Ole Miss is. They got to stop leading 14-7, then they muffed the punt, and then they've had a turnover. Can they get out of the half? Because remember, they get the ball first in the second half. Key series here.
Mettenberger looks downfield, deep. Stride for stride, caught. James Wright, his second huge pass.
This is coming back.
Yes, it is. There is a flag.
Yep. But I think LSU saw that too, by the way, Vern. They were looking for the big play. Well, Charles Sawyer was the guy in coverage that time, and he got...
Number 64 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
They've given up that big play at times when they thought they could have won the football game. Here, LSU tries to change the clock inside. I think it was on Gross, number 94, that the hold was. Gross gets off quickly, gets free. Yes, his hands holding the jersey very clearly that time. Here's the ball. Mettenberger puts it right on that time, and James Wright comes up with another catch. What a big exchange there, huh?
Sawyer is the injured player being given assistance. Well, it was a 50-yard gain negated by the holding call on P.J. Lonergan.
Charles Sawyer, number 3.
Tim Brando in New York. Coming up with the Geico Halftime Report, Spencer Bryan and I will get you caught up on all of today's action, including Florida State rolling into the ACC Championship game by virtue of beating Maryland. Rashad Green catching this 30-yarder from E.J. Manuel. Now back to Ole Miss LSU.
And if we're at LSU, it means we're hard by the banks of the Mississippi River. And it's time now to talk about the trivia question of the week. You don't think about Ole Miss without thinking about the Manning family. Archie in 1970 Eli in 03. Both finished third in the Heisman in their senior seasons. Which players finished ahead of them?
So it's 4 of them, right? Two each year?
Two each year.
Two each year.
First down 20. After that negated 50-yard pass. Mettenberger got an arm, doesn't he?
Sure
Wow.
does.
Whoa, my goodness. Jarvis Landry with a catch.
This is a guy in the first half or almost 3/4 of the year where everybody was wondering what was all the talk about Mettenberger. Well, we're seeing why even at Georgia, when he was in the battle with Aaron Murray, a lot of people thought he was going to win that job. Aaron Murray's turned out to have a pretty good career.
Mettenberger now 7 of 13 for 107.
Here we go. I don't understand this.
I'm thinking Mettenberger doesn't understand
No, I
this.
don't. Here we go. I mean,
why expose him to that?
I don't.
You know?
Because they.
Yeah. Isaac Gross.
I don't know. That one hurt. He might decline those the rest of the time. We're going to see what type of quarterback he is from now on.
He's got a little edge to him, as we've learned.
He does.
Third down conversions.
How about this look right here? This we'll call this the booster cam. You give a lot of money, this is the kind of seat you can get. Right on a 50, 10 rows up.
He's
Went with the screen pass. Defended well, and Ole Miss dodges a major bullet, perhaps, though. They still got 4:14 left in the half.
But think about that sequence. A 50-yard catch, negated by the holding call.
And then negated by an option call.
Right.
On second down.
Corvick Neat is back. Mettenberger must be thinking, option?
Could give you my banquet story about the eagle in the sky. About that call, okay?
Neat's going to load.
See, now here LSU has to remember 3 timeouts and a wonderful punt and down perfectly. And now can LSU get out of the half still? They still haven't dodged this first half.
That was Brad Wing and Jalen Collins down at Brad Wing, second-year punter out of Melbourne, Australia. Earned the distinction yesterday of the first 7 years Gary and I worked together. We always talk to players.
Right, first punter.
He became the first punter that Gary asked to come in and sit down and check.
And he earned the distinction of the first celebration penalty ever not to allow a touchdown.
That's
in
right.
College football.
Now then, 1st and 10. Wallace. Right side wide open. Moncrief.
And that took a little bit of time, too. I thought there, was an opportunity for a sack. It was a hitch and go to the outside again. Look at that. Wonderfully run. And, if there wasn't a hand on the receiver that time by Jalen Collins, that guy might still be running.
Here's Scott. Nothing here.
That was a big first down. I think Hugh Freeze and Dan Werner, the offensive coordinator, realized the importance of the clock, halftime, 3 timeouts, the score, everything with that first down call. They knew how important this first half finish was for them to stay in this football game.
Both teams with all 3 remaining.
They couldn't afford to play conservative and have to punt the football.
Douglas with time. I think that should have been caught. Jamez Logan.
Yeah, but Jalen Mills was right there. Even if it would have been caught, it was for a 1 or a 2-yard gain.
3rd and 9. Devin Thomas is the running back, number 29. 3-point LSU lead. Got it. It's Moncrief again.
I tell you, Bo Wallace might not be the prettiest quarterback you've ever seen, but he's effective. He throws his ball. It's not the best. He overstrides a bit on it. He's got a little bit of a hitch in his throwing motion, but what? Delivered perfectly again. Good for Bo Wallace.
3:09, 3:08 to go. Jeff Scott, nothing. LeVar Edwards, number 89, with the tackle.
And I'm sure Les Miles was so ready to use those timeouts to get the football back, and now he's going, well, let me get out of the half here.
2nd and 10.
John Chavis, coordinator for LSU, has gone with his 3-man front. He's got 6 defensive backs on the field.
Wallace dances right. Under some pressure, lets it go, and it's incomplete. Micah Eugene, number 34, the nickelback, was giving chase of Wallace. 3rd and 10.
And Mingo wasn't on the field, but now he's going to come in as 3rd and long to rush from that wide spot on the 3-man rush. Micah Eugene will be just outside of Mingo to the right side of the screen. There's the DB right here, and Mingo's right next to him. Yep, Mingo gets him.
And it's caught. How about that? Vince Sanders.
Yep. And that's why Mingo is such as a 4th down play. It's caught, but it does keep the clock going, or at least force a timeout by LSU. Here comes Mingo. Ball goes up in the air. How about that?
It's 4th down and 3.
Boy, this one's very dangerous. I'm surprised that Ole Miss doesn't take a timeout here right at the end of this clock. I'm really surprised. Are they trying to draw him off sides? Yeah, I'm surprised. They did take the timeout. They forced it and then took the timeout. A turnover there of downs puts LSU back in scoring position.
Halftime in Baton Rouge, Ole Miss leading 21-17. Monday, small town boys meet 2 broke girls. Catch a new episode Monday, only CBS. During a timeout in the first half, legendary quarterback Burt Jones and his teammate Brad Davis honored 40 years ago this weekend. Their touchdown pass with 1 second left gave LSU a 1-point win over Ole Miss. Many great traditions abound on game day throughout the league, and each week we'll give you a taste of the SEC, presented by Sonic. Senior Day, Chancey Aguirre, what a nice gesture, escorted by his teammates Sam Montgomery, Benny Logan, Barkevius Mingo in his last home game at LSU. Josh DeRozic, a 6th-year senior, greeted by his mom, Melissa, his dad, Roger. Josh given a medical red shirt last year. And emotionally greeted by Russell Shepard Sr. Here's Russell Shepard Jr. Final home game, his mom, Nikki. And a few tears were shed. (21-17) Ole Miss. They get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. LSU, Ole Miss leading 21-17. They got that lead on a 97-yard drive. Gary, take us through it.
Yeah, let's take you through this tremendous 97-yard drive. Started out on 1st down. Remember, Hitch and Grow, Dante Moncrief started out the drive. Of course, the big 3rd down play when Kiki Mingo hits Bo Wallace, and Vince Sanders, number 10, makes it 4th and 3. Then James Logan, 85, makes back-to-back hitches and goes. One for the 4th down play, and then 1 down to set up the touchdown by Bo Wallace. That is scouting, ladies and gentlemen. They knew they had that in the bag.
And Tracy Wolfson a moment ago talked with LSU head coach Les Miles.
Coach, a sluggish start, and then you give up a huge touchdown on that final drive. What happened there?
Well, we got to cover our guys. Our guys know how to cover. They're just, you know, our defensive technique in the secondary has been questionable, and that's good. We got to play to guys that want to be competitive. We got to play to a competitive team. Let's go play. Let's play like we play.
We wish you the best of luck in the second half. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. You know, you got to play. This was not going to be a gift. I don't know if LSU thought it was, but Ole Miss came here ready to play football.
James Hairston will kick off.
Very few gifts in college football.
And this one returnable. Walton, number 6, near side. Walton out near the 20-yard line. You know, we were here 2 weeks ago for the Alabama game, much anticipated. The place was electric, and it's been this way all day. It's almost like somebody pulled the plug.
Yeah, there's a lack of belief here at LSU that Ole Miss could beat their football team.
Right.
But at the end of the half, remember that big pass by Mettenberger down to the 7? Everybody thought, okay, we got through the early part of the game. Now we're going to control. Nope, it turned around with a holding penalty and a great last drive. We're going to win the football game here. LSU's going to have to impose their will, because Bo Wallace started out slowly but hit 7 of his last 11, and they got a hot quarterback on the field.
They do get the sack here. It's Sam Montgomery.
Montgomery to the bottom of the screen, goes inside on his stunt, and then runs back outside of it. McCray just kind of overran the rush that time by Montgomery.
And that is the first sack by LSU in the ballgame. Loss of 5. Randall Mackey is the running back. Play action. Wallace intercepted. Picked off by Harold Simon. Well, there's a bit of retribution. He's not had a great game.
Nope. And it's one of those risky throws, trying to stick it in between the zone, between the short zone corner and the safety to the outside. The ball was thrown about 3 feet too low, and that's what happened. He's trying to get it in between this guy and this guy into this space right there. The ball is thrown to the proper spot, but just a bit too low. Needed a little bit more air on it, and they had a chance. Get it up. You can throw it hard, but you have to get it about 3 or 4 feet higher than that.
That is the 3rd turnover forced or given up by Ole Miss.
That's the risk reward that has been paying off early, but there it Belkin.
Michael Ford around the right side. And out of bounds inside the 10.
Well, J.C. Copeland, number 44, came out ready to play the second half, too. Copeland on the lead, gets his block, and then Michael Ford runs behind it.
That results in a first down and goal.
Oh, great penetration again inside.
Mike Mary, number 52, the linebacker for the Rebels.
Mary made the tackle. Second down.
Copeland out.
Yep, Mary just hit that thing full speed.
Yeah.
You're right.
Connor Neighbors, number 43, the new fullback. And Jeremy Hill, number 33, has come on. Second and goal. Cadron Boone, top of the screen. Jarvis Landry in the slot.
I think it's Russell
Shepard. Russell Shepard.
Yeah,
it's 10 instead of 80. You got it. Jeremy Hill follows Neighbors' block, and he's down to the 4-yard line.
Ken, it is interesting. When LSU wants tough yards, they go to their 2 freshmen, don't they? They go to Turner and Alexander. This offensive line that was decimated so much early in the year with the injuries at tackle, now they've come back and found an offensive line that's going to work for them next year, too.
There you see the 2. Trey Turner, number 56. Vidal Alexander, number 78.
And does Les now consider it 4-down territory again?
Copeland and Hill in the backfield.
Jarvis Landry's at the wide receiver spot. He's the one that can go up and get the fade pass. Top of the screen.
Dixon in motion, timeout.
Yep, he had to, or would have been a delay of game.
21-17. Early third quarter.
Tim Brando in New York with this John Hancock Heisman update. Well, what do you do if you're a Heisman frontrunner? Well, everything, including trying an extra point when you're leading 40-0. Johnny Manziel tried, and, well, let's just say, fellas, he's not a candidate for the Lou Groza Award. Back to you.
You know, I love watching the guy play, but that
Here we go, though. Here we go.
Yeah, let's get back to this one. I formation. Hill comes right. Caught and dropped.
Not going to go for it on now. Fourth down now. Covington got him, didn't he? Lewis Covington.
Lewis Covington.
They did not try to hammer inside. They bounced it outside. Good defense by Ole Miss. Bounced it outside, and Covington forces the field goal.
And for the second time after a turnover and a short field, Ole Miss has forced LSU to try for 3.
And that was kind of the story when Ole Miss's lost to Vandy. They couldn't convert touchdowns, and Vandy stayed in the game.
This one from 24 yards out. The margin is 1.
Bo Wallace happy about that.
Oh, yes. So Alemont, the senior, cuts it to 21-20 after the turnover. Here's the big stop by Lewis Covington. Hard to smile in that circumstance, isn't it? The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, Napa, Chick-fil-A, and by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. 21-20, another missed opportunity for LSU after the
Let me just talk to you, Vern, a little bit about 2 guys that actually made the play and spilled it out for the tackle. Brian Bennett and Jason Jones, number 95 and 38, made the pile, forced the play wide, allowing the tackle. You're inside a dirty, grubby job, a defensive tackle and end, taking on all that beef. Somebody gets the tackle, but there's always somebody forcing the play behind the play, and that time it was a defensive tackle and a defensive end that forced it wide.
13 points off the 3 turnovers. Here's Walton, the deep back. James Hairston will kick it off. One yard in. Oh boy. Oh, he stumbled.
Yeah, he had a chance, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Well, let's take a look at halftime trends, game time trends.
Well, first of all, Bo Wallace started out slow. Of course, he has a big rush for a touchdown, but got hot enough, completing 7 out of 11 before the last interception. Zach Mettenberger, you know, there's been a lot of big plays he could have had, but the penalties have really hurt Met in this game. And you can see a ability to run the football has been the difference, and the turnovers have not been death for Ole Miss. I think that's the biggest part of the game for Ole Miss.
Barry Brunetti is in at quarterback, and this is Mackey going right.
And right now, with the near hash and the big gain on first down, Ole Miss will dial it up. They'll start the tempo. You can see it as fast as they can go. No substitutions, so they'll go fast.
Brunetti stays on the field after the 7-yard gain.
That was a miscommunication. Apparently, the Taco Bell sign meant different things to different players. And doesn't it to all of us, the Taco Bell sign mean different things? This time, Brunetti thought Taco Bell meant fast delivery, but it didn't.
Right. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with it.
Taco Bell
I
sign.
understand. I'm trying to figure out who the faces are. 3rd and 5. Wallace
Stop, fade, and dropped.
And Moncrief dropped it.
Stop, fade, and dropped. Perfect execution that time. Everybody did their job. Even Jalen Collins, who was in coverage that time, number 32. That's as good as you can do it. Stop, fade. Got to make that catch. Remember what Hugh Freeze told Tracy? We just want to compete. We just want to hang in there and force them to beat us. Okay, those are the plays you got to make to force them to beat you.
Jim Broadway on the punt. On 4th and 5, Odell Beckham Jr. is deep. Fair catch taken at the 27-yard line. That's a 41-yard punt. Nothing on the return. LSU trails by 1. Back in Baton Rouge, let's take a look at today's poll question. Here it is. Which head coach at his new school has done the best job? We'll give you 5 votes. Hugh Freeze, Urban Meyer, Jim Mora, Bill O'Brien, or Kevin Sumlin. Log on to Facebook.com/SEC on CBS to make your voice.
That's a tough one.
Yes, it is.
It's like there's still football to be played.
LSU's got it. Cadron Boone breaks the huddle and goes to the left side. Mettenberger play action. Oh, he's got Travis Dixon open right down the middle.
He does.
Wow, all by himself.
And that's where that height, when we showed the scouting report on Zach Mettenberger, what he does, coming right down the middle of the field. Look at that. He can look right over the top, make an easy throw there. That's wonderful by the quarterback. Dixon went right to the open spot. That time in the secondary, the safeties and the corners were actually double covering both of the wide receivers. It was a perfect call.
23-yard gain and a first down 10. Play action again. Right side again. Got it. Odell Beckham Jr.
Sometimes I think Zach Mettenberger is going to be looking over to the sideline and just kind of like put his palms up and go, come on, I can do this all day. I mean, I know we want to run the ball. I get it, but they're really gambling on our running game. I know we rushed for 350 last year, but, you know, just let me get the lead and then I'll let you run it later.
Spencer Ware. Mettenberger now 9 of 17. Beckham has a couple. Dixon has a couple. Play action. Mettenberger, he's got a man open in the end zone. Overthrows him.
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr.
I tell you, he could just, I mean, the scouts will drool on what Mettenberger can do physically. I mean, just flat-footed, just threw that ball 45 yards, splits the defense down the middle, no safety in the middle. They're playing combo coverage. It's a dream throw for a quarterback. You got the safety, Elston, just with his back to you, but a little bit too much arm.
2nd and 10. They'll go play action again. Fired out, and it's dropped. Tough catch, but J.C. Copeland couldn't hang on. 3rd and 10. Copeland out. Beckham Jr. in. Beckham Jr. heads out to the left side.
There's no defensive lineman with their hand down right now. 11 guys out up in a 2-point stance for defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, what timing on
How
that throw?
about that? Cadron Boone, and Mettenberger knew he was going to get shellacked.
Yep, it was Uriah Grant, number 93, that was right in Mettenberger's face as he lets this go. It's a busted protection. Remember, we talked about no defensive lineman. It fooled the LSU offensive line, and Mettenberger had a handful of Uriah Grant. Handful and faceful, to tell you the truth.
And yet completed it
Yeah, that's big time. That is big time. Alabama saw a ton of that, to tell you the truth.
Michael Ford is the running back now. Copeland at the fullback spot. Toss. Copeland leads the way to Ford. Nice little second effort from Michael Ford on that play. And we're reminded now as they get back inside the 10-yard line that in the first half, the big 50-yard pass that was negated by the holding call, the tackle made on that play by Charles Sawyer. He suffered a rib injury, the quarterback, and he's not been back on the field since.
Yeah, it's been Golson and Covington since then. 19 and 21 have been the two corners.
Beckham Jr. goes wide left. Jeremy Hill is the running back. Blitz threatened by Ole Miss. They toss it. Hill is brought down after a gain of 1 or 2. Kemdiche and Keith Lewis.
Denzel Kemdiche is so quick to recognize the play on the left side and flies across. Actually, nobody's even trying to block him, I have to say, on this one. But he's quick enough to get there and make the tackle. So we get another third down.
Yep.
LSU 3 for 11 so far in the football game. The last one was a big one now.
Kenny Hilliard and Spencer Ware in the backfield. That's Jarvis Landry in motion. Play action again. Great block from Ware. Intercepted in the end zone. And here we go. It's Golson. Senquez Golson, number 21.
Landry stopped and hooked, and Mettenberger thought he was going to come inside a little bit farther on the throw. He threw it exactly where he wanted to, but they were not on the same page. Landry hooks, then he runs out of it. You see how he ran to the outside? As Mettenberger was throwing it, Landry broke to the outside at the same exact time. Miscommunication when the receiver and the quarterback are doing two different things. Watch Boone fall to the outside after the ball is thrown. Now the ball's thrown and he runs away from the pass. It goes right to where he was supposed to be, or where at least Mettenberger thought he was going to be.
First turnover for LSU. They still trail by 1. Mettenberger and Landry unable to connect on that third down play. Intercepted. First turnover in the ball game for the Tigers, and it results in an Ole Miss first down at the 15-yard line. Flag on the far side, and we'll go back and take a look at the interception. Whoops.
Offense, number 77, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Watch where Zach Mettenberger gets ready to throw the ball right now. He's got what he thinks is a perfect throw on the play. Who would not throw this ball, right? Well, the receiver runs right out about it, right away from the football, really, and 90,000 people thinks Mettenberger made a mistake.
This is Jeff Scott, number 3, and another flag down.
Everybody at home sees what happened, but nobody here knows that the quarterback threw exactly where he wanted to, and you get a big INT.
Well, you call 2 weeks ago, A.J. McCarron was intercepted in this Coliseum, this stadium, and now Mettenberger first in 131.
Here's the call. Holding. Offense number 17. Half the distance to goal. Remains first down.
That's the tight end, Jamal Mosley. And a reminder, coming later in our telecast, the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. First and 20 at the 5.
I remember he started that other drive from this spot with a throw. Let's see if he does it again.
He does. Good coverage this time, but the pass is complete to Dante Moncrief.
Now, in the NFL, that would be a touchdown because he was not touched. Obviously, in college football, he's down. I thought there was a lot of hand jockeying going on right there between the two, Jalen Collins and Moncrief. Do they both have their hand? Yeah, they're both a little bit of arm bar, a little bit of a push off at the end, but got away from it with it. Wonderful way to leave the end zone again, being aggressive.
Right side, Moncrief. That's his 5th catch of the ball game, and he's well over 130 yards. Moncrief had 47 coming in, now 5 in this game.
Georgia held Moncrief to no catches. A big story of that football game.
Scott, sweep right. Eric Reed with the tackle. Third and 1. Wallace gets the first down.
I think it's just where Ole Miss starts their drives is important. When they back up on their own 3-4 yard line, they seem to work pretty well, don't they?
Another first down for the Rebels, who lead by 1, 21-20. The latest big play was the interception by Golson in the end zone. Wallace with time. Oh, it could be intercepted again. It is. Craig Lawston has it, number 6. And some blocks. Some moves as well. He's down at the 45.
Well, I thought this was pass interference. I have to be honest with you before. Yes, the flag is down, but I think that's on the return. I thought Eric Reed got there before the ball did just from watching it up here. Let's see if that really happened. Did Eric Reed, I don't know which one of these two it is. It's one of these two. Let's keep your eyes here.
Reed's top of the screen. Right there.
Oh, yeah, but he got the football. Looks like he did get the football and the player at the same time. So it was a good call.
It was intended for Mosley, the tight end.
He went through that time, Mosley, but I got to say he got his arm on the football, so that's not going to be called. Hugh Freeze, I believe, or somebody from the Ole Miss bench is still saying that was pass interference.
During the return, personal foul against the defense during the return for contact above the helmet, above the shoulders. Automatic 15 yards, first down.
I think it was Eric Reed that actually got Bo Wallace on the play, too, to tell you the truth. Play action pass, thrown down the middle of the field. Eric Reed makes a nice play running through the tight end Mosley. Could go either way, but he gets his arm on the football. Lawston gets it, and then there's a penalty on the return.
And no number given.
And I wonder if this is going to be reviewed again, because was Lawston's knee down before he even started the return? I think his knee might have been down about a 25-yard line.
There is a huddle with the officials on the far side.
Was his knee down? It looked like we saw that he might be. It
right
might
there,
be,
right
yes.
There, right there.
And then that means the penalty will go from the 25
The
back.
previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field was that the receiver did not put his knee down. We are under review.
Now remember, if the ball is placed at the 25, the penalty be marched off from there, meaning they'll have the ball in the 12.5 yard line. I thought his right knee came down. Definitely goes through the receiver. I got to tell you, in slow motion, that's interference. I mean, that's number one. That should have been called interference. Happened real fast, though.
Right there.
And his knee went down.
Right there. Yep. Right there.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Good job by the replay official to stop it, because it's a big play in yardage. Now, think about the whole thing. This ball was way upfield. It's going to be on the turnover down near the 12-yard line.
Replay official for this game is John Bible. And communicating with Matt Moore right now.
Bo Wallace took a big hit at the back of that play. He was kind of blinking. We saw him blinking. Let's see if we can find that. Here's Bo Wallace. Yes, helmet to helmet hit that time. And it was, who was that got him? Jalen Mills?
Jalen Mills.
Yes. Now that's something you got to be real careful of as the team doctors and everybody. They need to look at Bo. You know, none of us want to, even as playing, even let anybody know that we're at all dizzy. He took a helmet-to-helmet hit on that play.
Well, the number was not given of the perpetrator of the helmet-to-helmet hit, but without question,
Yes,
it's Jalen Mills.
it could have been.
Yeah.
We had
Right.
2 penalties and a knee down on that one, and an interception all in one play. This ball, I think, was returned to about the 45-yard line, so it was a big penalty.
After further review, the defender's knee was down at the 25-yard line. That turns the foul into a dead ball foul, personal foul. We'll take it half the distance from the 25. 1st and 10 for LSU.
You know what? They're booing. They got it right.
They got it exactly right.
Absolutely.
Should be at the 12.5-yard line. Still, LSU gets the football. It's a big penalty, about a 43-yard change of field position.
Loston was downed ultimately at the Ole Miss 45.
Yep. But in reality, they probably shouldn't have the ball anyway, to tell you the truth.
There you go.
Should have been pass interference. It was not called. His knee was down on the play. Good eyes from the truck. Good replays. We caught that one. And at least LSU's got the ball, but they're not in scoring position now.
Kenny Hilliard is the running back. Mettenberger again, play action deep. He's got Odell Beckham, and this one is picked off. Intercepted by Golson, his second interception. He comes to the left, looks for blocking help.
He's out of gas.
Yes,
He's out
he
of
is.
gas.
Needs a fill-up.
Yep. Remember, he had to play defense for 55 yards one direction and then turn around the other way. Quez Golson, number 21, has coverage against Beckham all the way. LSU is going to try, was it Landry? I think it was Beckham on the play.
Yes, it was.
Makes the interception and then runs out of gas at about 10 more yards.
Yeah, he was done right about then.
Yes, he was.
Ole Miss still leads by 21-20. Their second turnover. Barry Brunetti is the quarterback. Scott tries to get outside. Still upright and down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, they ran the play right into the blitz, coming right off the outside that time. One of the trademarks for John Chavis on a quick turnaround like that, an interception. He does like to be aggressive with his defensive play calls.
And the question, Gary, now is Brunetti out there as a tactical move or because
I think
Wallace?
I think the head hit that time has set him down at least for a series.
Brunetti, nothing. For more, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, as you can see, Bo Wallace right now running out onto the field. The trainers did not look at him at all during that last drive, so it looks to be that he's okay, guys.
Okay, thank you, Trace. 3rd and 8. 21-20 with 4:05 to go, third quarter.
Well, can Sam Montgomery or Kiki Mingo make a play here?
Blitz threatened. Wallace pumps once. Oh my big gracious. Micah Eugene went off of his feet.
Same defensive play that LSU used at the end of the Alabama game. 3-man line, and Bo Wallace escaped out of it to make the first down. statistically hasn't been much, but boy, oh boy, what a good game he's playing.
Yes. Option pitch right. Mackey, ankle tackle by Eric Reed. Second and 10.
It's amazing how many times Ole Miss substitutes and LSU just stands pat. They don't take a guy off the field.
Into the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Vince Sanders, covered by Thurl Simon.
Had a chance. He went to the right guy. Man-to-man coverage to the outside. Vince Sanders had a chance for it, but Simon was in good position and made a great play.
Third and 10. Late ad offensively for Ole Miss.
Yeah, Sam Montgomery's coming in on this third down play, isn't he?
Corvick Neat was the late ad offensively, number 28. There's Montgomery. Short, Scott, and short of the first down.
Well, here we go. Very interesting. Hugh Freeze has been very aggressive the whole game. Does he stay aggressive or does he take the try for 3?
Bryson Rose, his place kicker, missed his first 4 of the season, albeit 2 of those were in excess of 55 yards. He's 15 of 21, and apparently Hugh Freeze is going to go for the first down.
Well, Logan is in the slot. Remember, he was the guy on 4th down they went to before. Same deal, 4th and 3. That's Logan right there.
Wallace.
That's who he went to.
And he got it.
Hey, you're 5-5. You're playing one of the good football teams in the country. You don't feel a field goal's enough. Instead of going hitch and go, look how much more conservative the defensive backs Jalen Mills was that time compared to the hitch and goes before.
95 seconds to go, third quarter. First and goal, Ole Miss. Scott cuts back to the left and gets to the 6. Jalen Mills, number 28, with the tackle.
You know, we were here a couple years ago when Dexter McCluster put on a big running game against LSU in this football game. And what Jeff Scottley needs to learn how to do is get it north-south the way McCluster used to do it.
Barry Brunetti is in at quarterback now, replacing Bo Wallace. Second and goal. Blitz.
There's north
Mackey.
and south.
There you go. Mackey. Touchdown.
This is how you have to turn it north and south. LSU jumps into an odd front, meaning someone over the nose. Was Mackey's knees down before he got across the line? I don't think so. I think he got it. I think that's a clean touchdown.
Second time in the game that Hugh Freeze, now they're going to review
Yes, they do. They're going to review it.
Yep.
They're going to review it.
The ruling on the field was a touchdown. The previous play is under further review.
Looked to me like he dove forward. It was happening pretty fast, but let's see if his knee did come down before he got the ball to the beginning of the white line.
Tonight's attendance.
Yeah, I think he's in.
92,872. Thank you for your support.
I don't see enough to overturn it. Take another look. Slightly.
His knee did not go down. I don't think they're going to switch that one.
Nope, I don't either.
How about that? Another 4th down convert by Hugh Freeze.
And in both occasions, it was a 4th and 3 in the conversion.
On the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Mackey gets the 6. And it's at the end of the second interception thrown by Zach Mettenberger. Both picks made by Golson.
Back-to-back interceptions on those plays. One by Ole Miss and one by LSU.
And the lead is 8 with less than a minute to go, third quarter.
Pretty darn impressive. You know, I mean, the receivers for LSU and the ability to put the ball in the spots where the DBs have not been able to handle it has been the difference. Started out the pass interception, started it, the fourth down conversion to the outside, that time Logan, and then Randall Mackey, the former quarterback, the Louisiana native, putting one in against LSU.
Hugh Freeze in his first year, his team leading LSU 28-20. For more on Hugh Freeze, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson outside the huddle.
Thanks so much, Vern. The Ole Miss native always knew he'd be coaching in the Southeastern Conference. He told his wife Jill on their honeymoon he would be a head coach one day in the SEC. What a road it has been, though. It all began as head coach of Briarcrest Christian High School, where he coached Michael Orr, which many of you know, the subject of The Blind Side. What you may not know, though, is he was also the women's basketball coach there and won 4 state championships. Along with his other coaching stops, Hugh Freeze said his journey has been part of the process, making him the coach he is today, guys. And what a job he is doing today.
Well, he's got his team up 28-20. I remember, Gary, you and I sharing a bus ride with Archie Manning.
Yep.
And talking about
process.
Yes, he was in the process of helping this man on his journey. And Archie very, very involved in Ole Miss.
Well, Hugh Freeze's formula to turn the program around has been number 1, effort, leading to a better attitude. Then you have to believe you can win, clean up the mistakes, get it to the fourth quarter with a chance to win, and finally learn to win in the fourth quarter. Have they learned to win in the fourth quarter? We're going to find out.
They will get tested. Michael Ford with the return. And now Red Lobster presents today's scholar athlete. He's Josh Durasic, the 6th-year left tackle, graduated in May, currently studying sports administration and a 2-time academic honor roll member. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to LSU's General Scholarship Fund.
I kind of hate to see Josh go.
I do too.
It took me 6 years to learn his name, so I figured he should stay a few more years. Do you remember we first met Josh? I believe it was the Florida game his freshman year when he was up chucking on the field that real hot day. You remember that one?
Yes.
That's when we first met Josh. And
That's
we've seen him on the
stated, by the way.
Yeah, we've seen him on the sideline as an assistant coach. He shifted from guard, and now, because of injuries, he's moved out to left tackle. Nice career for Josh Durasic.
And we had a chance to chat with him here a few weeks ago, and he said, it's really easy, guys. It's Durasic. Really easy.
Well, we didn't interview him until this year.
That's true. Durasic and a punter in the same season.
Yes.
It's good. Mettenberger caught by James Wright. Boy, one of the big plays in this ball game, go back to the second quarter. James Wright caught a 50-yard pass.
Down to the 7.
Down to the 7, and the pass, the play was overturned. By a holding call. Here is Spencer Ware.
Well, there's been a number of big plays. The interception, remember, 21-20. The easy throw, the receiver and the quarterback, Mettenberger, are not on the same page, results in an interception. There's always a number of plays, but, you know, when you have one of those stats, you go 130 and then you go 3, you move into the fourth quarter with a real football game here.
That is the end of 3 with our score. Ole Miss 28, LSU 20. It'll be some scene here in the fourth in Death Valley, because now it is Saturday night. We'll return after this message from your local station. We begin the fourth, and what a mesmerizing scene that is. Sunset on the Mississippi. And the LSU Tigers record at night, 61-6 from 2000 on. So they love it when the sun goes down. They trail by 8 as we begin the fourth with a first down at the 30-yard line. And here's Mettenberger. There is a blitz. He throws it out, and it's caught for the first down. Well, I'm really in admiration of what Ole Miss has accomplished, but they're going to get some test, I think.
Well, they are. And right now, LSU is going to try to lengthen the game. They're already going no huddle. They want to get as many plays as they can. They're down 8. They want to make this fourth quarter with as many plays as possible.
Mettenberger goes deep. Odell Beckham Jr. in a battle, and it is incomplete.
This Ole Miss team that has suffered through a couple of program-setting games. I mean, they had Texas A&M.
Right.
They had Vandy. The Vandy game, though, they had 3 times they were inside the 10-yard line. They settled for field goals. In this football game, they've been inside the 10 twice, scored touchdowns both times. That's the difference in this game than in the past. And if they're able to hold on, they're going to say it was our red zone that really came through in this football game.
3rd and 3. 8-point difference. Mettenberger drills it. That's a first down at the 42-yard line. Caught by Travis Dixon, his 3rd catch. Well, take us back to those 2 late losses.
Well, first of all, it was Texas A&M, 4th and inches to put the football game away. Johnny Manziel throws the pass, the same pass he threw against Alabama to win the football game. And then Zach Rogers hits the play at the end of the Vanderbilt Ole Miss game. You can see as we're in the middle of that, LSU is still trying to hurry it up. Any highlight now, we're in danger of missing something. We want to show you what we got, but they're going to snap it as quick as possible. That time it was James Wright again.
Spencer Ware is on the field now. 2nd down and 1. 28-20.
It's really not 2 possessions, obviously, because you could go for 2.
Ware. Nice. First down, Tigers.
Spencer Ware. When we first saw Spencer, we said that he ran violently. Remember that? That's exactly still how he runs.
Mettenberger looks over at the LSU sideline. Signals flashed in. 1st and 10. Good defense. He avoids the tackle for the moment and throws it out of bounds. Mike Mary was...
It is funny to watch the defensive players. Mike Mary is the guy that hit Mettenberger as that pass was thrown, and he stuck up his hands almost instantly like, I didn't hit him hard. Please don't call roughing the passer on me. At the same time, he was drilling him.
2nd and 10. Mettenberger 14 of 28 for 194, 2 picks.
He's coming.
Here he comes. Little swing pass, perfect.
Pretty easy. There was no one there to cover. There's no reason he was standing there except for the blitz on the play. Zach Mettenberger said the same thing. There's a reason. He looks out of place. There's no receiver over here. Why is he standing there? Right away, he just dumps it off to his running back. Easy pick up on the play.
Quick substitutions defensively now for Ole Miss. They bring 3 new defensive players on. Isaac Gross is one of them.
LSU has 2 plays to pick up this first down here.
I formation. Back back. Jeremy Hill with ease. Gain of 7.
I still like to push the ball if I'm LSU. Yes, you're having success on this drive, but you got to try to make this a 3-possession more game. They need at least 2 more possessions just to make sure. You don't want to just the odds of only 1 more possession. Hurry it up, hurry it up.
Blitz again. Mettenberger nailed, but he gets it to Cadron Boone. And Cadron Boone has a first and goal.
Mettenberger got hit bad, but I'll tell you, we talked about a lot of things with Mettenberger. His height, his arm, but his toughness is what's coming through now, because Kimdichie that time put a lick on him, and Mettenberger, Zach just gets back up and says that's what it's like throwing passes in this league.
First and goal, LSU. Copeland and Hill in the backfield. Toss. Touchdown. Tigers. Jeremy Hill.
They'll go for 2. This was almost a walk-in. Went left side behind Durasic that time. It looked like, did Alexander shift over in an unbalanced line? I'm not sure if they put the big tackle on the left side of the line that time.
Well, we remember a game here on a Saturday night against Florida when Les Miles went for it on 4th down 5 times. He's going to go for the 2-point play. I mean, his reputation in part erupted that night, so they will go for 2 here. No shock at all. Got it. We're tied.
Nobody covered him. He shifted out. Ole Miss had a bust. He threw it to the right guy. Spencer Ware go in motion, and watch how Ole Miss does not move. Mike Mary, number 52, adjusts to it late. But here's the 2-point play first. Spencer Ware goes in motion, nobody in front of him. Mettenberger knows where he's going for the ball. Mike Mary tries to get out there late, but no chance. The prior play they did. They went unbalanced line. They ran behind Vidal Alexander, number 78. Unbalanced line left. Too much power.
88-yard drive in 12 plays. Tied at 28.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
That will take you back to early first quarter when Bo Wallace, on a play fake, kept the ball himself, got by Eric Reed's missed tackle, chased by Kevin Minter, and went 58 yards for the touchdown. It took LSU exactly 21 seconds to tie it up. The touchdown came on this 27-yard rush from Jeremy Hill, 7-7. Wallace, as Eric Reed went for the fake, and the 56-yard touchdown to Moncrief made it 14-7. Aleman had to settle for a field goal from 22 yards out. 14-10 at that point. Spencer Ware then put LSU on top for the first time, 17-14 on that 1-yard rushing touchdown. Wallace came right back. They went for a first down on 4th and 3 in this drive. Wallace got the touchdown, 21-17. Aleman had to settle for another field goal, 21-20. And another 4th down conversion on 4th and 3. And Mackey went in, 28-20. And then Mettenberger just engineered a wonderful drive.
And if you look at this play one more time, Vern, Trey Elson is here, but I think he should be over here. And that's the mix-up on the play. He lines up on the wrong side. Mike Mary points over. He can't find Elson. He runs out there himself. A breakdown in the play. Got to line up right.
And it's 28-28, 11:39 to go. Out of bounds? Whoa.
Tried to squib kick it to avoid the return, although there's been no returns. Basically, the last one was the closest one to a return. But the squib just squibbed itself right out of bounds.
Wow.
45-yard line, first down.
Well, recall 2 weeks ago here against Alabama when Hairston went for the onside kick.
I thought they were going to do it again, to tell you the truth. When he went in there, I was like going, will he do it again?
And if you recall, the bounce came up a half-yard short of the 10 yards, and Alabama took over. 1st and 10, Ole Miss, Devin Thomas. They go deep. They've got it. Vince Sanders. Eric Reed is there to knock him out of bounds, but a huge pass play.
Boy, I'll tell you, this LSU secondary, the corners, Jalen Collins, Harold Simon, they are getting schooled in this football game. It's almost as if the hitch passes early have taken them right out of their football game. Remember, the safety started out missing the tackles, the short slant pass for a touchdown.
Wallace into the flat, dropped. Devin Thomas. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And if you ever talk to John Chavis about how he designs his defense, one of the things he says you have to have to run his defense is corners that can play man-to-man coverage. In this football game, they've not been able to do it. Ole Miss is now going over 400 yards in total offense.
That's extraordinary.
Yes.
Wallace, that one fluttered a little bit as it got airborne.
Stop fade that time. You know, I admit you can look at these things a lot of different ways. But as you're watching this, do you think the tempo is having anything to do with this football game at all of Ole Miss? Because I just think it's the plays.
Yes.
It's the execution that's really making the difference. Doesn't look like LSU is at all flustered with the tempo of the game.
Mingo came across.
Free play.
Yes, it is. And it's caught by Moncrief.
Over Harold Simon. You wonder if Simon thought the play was going to stop. Ole Miss went through with it.
There is a flag.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to kill the play, though. That's the question. Will it even be a play?
Offside. Number 49 of the defense. The penalty is declined.
It is.
Touchdown.
They got a free play out of it, and Ole Miss kept playing, and LSU froze for a second. Inside Mingo, comes back out. Bo Wallace knows he's got a free one. Moncrief runs right by him. Gee.
Kick is good.
Harold Simon on Moncrief. And again, it's just one of those techniques. A really good throw. Guy jumps offside. Wallace does one of his wind-up throws, but not pretty, but he puts it right in between them. Howard Martin could not get there as well. What a play.
Moncrief, 6 catches, 161 yards. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Dodge, Red Lobster, John Hancock, and by Verizon. Beautiful athletic complex here at Louisiana State University, 35-28. Let's take another look at that touchdown.
Yeah, Vern, watch Harold Simon as Mingo jumps off. Watch him raise up thinking the play's dead just after the snap. See, he stands up, he's done. He pauses for 1 second. Ronald Martin, number 26, couldn't help him. He was beat as soon as he came out of his crouch. Play over. Bo Wallace knew he had a free one and threw a strike.
After the out-of-bounds kickoff, they began at their 40. It took them 28 seconds to break the tie and go back on top with 11-11 remaining.
Just was handing a note that the Ole Miss defense got the rest for a whole 28 seconds. But can't decline a touchdown, can you?
A year ago, 52-3, LSU
Exactly.
wins. Ole Miss had 195 yards of offense tonight, 35 points, and 400 and 35 yards.
And great balance, too. 33 runs, 31 passes.
Byron Rose will kick off. That one's right through the end zone. Now let's go to the studio for this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan. Here's Tim Brando.
Vern, we did find out what Johnny Football couldn't do with that extra point try, right? But he did account for 5 touchdowns. A&M rolling Sam Houston today. Don't forget Colin Klein will take undefeated K-State in to take on Baylor tonight, and Kenyon Varner will lead the Ducks as they try to secure the Pac-12 North and clinch home field advantage for the conference title game. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 35-28 here. 64 offensive plays for Ole Miss, 62 for the Tigers. Mettenberger with a lot of time and intended for Odell Beckham Jr. Second down 10. Across the middle, caught at the 30. Travis Dixon, who had not caught a pass until today, and Mettenberger is hurt.
Yep, got hit again. Stephen Rivers is the backup.
Cameron Wiggum, number 55, came around the corner.
Yes, he did. There's Stephen. This will be at least one play, and he comes off the field.
Right.
3rd and 5 for the game. LSU is 5 for 14. By the way, Ole Miss, more than 50%. One of the better teams, by the way, in the conference in third down conversions is Ole Miss, and they continue to do it. Let's watch the hit. Just as he lets it go, Plants gets hit almost right under the rib cage, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, Stephen Rivers comes on. He's played in 3 games this year. Redshirt freshman out of Athens, Alabama.
Brother of the other Rivers, Phillip Rivers.
Heard of him?
Yep. Same style as Zach.
This will be the second pass he's thrown this season. Tipped and incomplete.
It was a bit high, wasn't he? Kind of overthrew it a little bit. He had him, just threw it a little bit high. Pressure, not really. Just overthrew the receiver. Could have had him easy that time. Jarvis Landry, a little bit of a lower throw, was an easy first down. It's a big injury on Mettenberger on that play.
4th down and 5. Brad Wing will punt it deep. Korvik Neat has to run up. Lets this one bounce. It gets a bit of an LSU hop. More than a bit. And down at the 15, about 30 yards a roll for Brad Wing.
I wonder if did it hit an LSU player is the question. Did it bounce off him? Because it'll go back to where it hit the LSU player. If it touched him, it will go back to the very first touch. I think it's going to go back.
Was illegally touched on the 34-yard line. Yep. Be 1st and 10.
Cost him 19 yards. Zach Mettenberger took a hit from Cameron Wiggum on this 3rd down pass.
Tim Brando in New York. Jonathan Franklin's 29-yard scamper puts the game away, and UCLA again will head to the Pac-12 championship game in all likelihood at Eugene. As he takes it in the throat slash, you have to wonder, will he be eligible next week when they play host to Stanford? Let's get back out to Baton Rouge. Vern, Gary, and Tracy.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. And let's give you the answer of the Facebook poll. Which head coach at his new school has done the best job? That's an overwhelming victory. on Facebook for Kevin Sumlin. 64%. Don't know that I disagree with that vote. I think that's
just thought we'd have more Ole Miss people calling.
Yeah, I did too. Play action. Wallace pulls up, pitch and go left side. Intercept. No. Simon is calling for offensive pass interference on Dante Moncrief.
Actually, Moncrief did a really nice job making sure this ball wasn't intercepted. Ole Miss has 4 turnovers on the game, 3 interceptions, and then the muff punt. But Moncrief does a nice job of coming across and saving the play. Hugh Freeze, Dan Werner, their offensive coordinator, continue to stay aggressive.
2nd down and 10. Wallace bobbled. Jeff Scott.
And Josh Downs, number 77, did a good job of staying with that screen pass. This was a screen pass all the way. Downs, number 77, reads it and grabs Scott on the play to save a big play. That would have worked really well.
Evan Swindoll yelling out a line call. 3rd and 10. Mosley sets up to the left side. Wallace takes off. Not this time. Barkevius Mingo.
That was a big stop. That time, John Chavis dialed what he calls his robber look. Instead of having 2 deep safeties playing half the field, they shift. One covers the crossing routes, and one covers the deep post. Nothing open on the play.
Jim Broadway on to punt. Odell Beckham Jr. at the 25.
Good one.
Yes, indeed. Beckham backed up to the 11. Now he's got a little room. Now he's got more room. Now he's got blockers in front. Now he's almost untouchable. No flags, touchdown. A 50-yard punt and an 88-yard return.
Made the first 2 guys miss. Then he made the next 9 guys miss.
And he got blocks along the way. Here's the extra point. It's up and it is good, and we are tied.
We can stop it right here. Just as he catches the ball, you're going to see the mistake by Ole Miss. Look at this. Stop it right there. Every Ole Miss player is to the left of the hash. This guy right here, I don't know what it is, gets flanked on the play. That one mistake allows Beckham to get outside the hash and then cut back, and it's over. Right there, it's over. One more try at a tackle, but every Ole Miss player was outside of the hash. Nobody forced him to the middle, and it cost him.
How can you not watch a punt return like that on Saturday night against Ole Miss and think of Billy Cannon? .35 with 9:10 to go. Odell Beckham. It's now been officially changed to 89. On Halloween night in 1959, the most famous play in LSU Ole Miss history. Billy Cannon down the right side, broke by some estimates 9 or 10 tackles, got free, And that resulted in an 89-yard touchdown run and LSU winning 7-3. Now, I know the stakes aren't quite as high in this one, but if you love this sport, you had to think about that play.
Absolutely. Ole Miss, LSU.
Wow.
Jarvis Landry running down, signal him, we're in, we're in, we're in.
Odell Beckham Jr.'s got a track background, his parents, and that ties Billy Cannon for the 6th longest in LSU history. Well, we mentioned Billy Cannon, of course, earlier before the game began. Legendary Burt Jones was up here in our booth to say hi to Gary, and I got a chance to reintroduce myself to him. So a lot of legends walking around here. 35 all, 9:10 to go. Carlos Davis, number 45.
Vern, the recipe for disaster. Quintavious Burdett, number 2. Watch this. He has outside leverage right here. Watch what happens. Jalen Collins, number 32, invites him wide, cuts him off, and then he goes inside. There's the mistake. Gets inside. At the end of it, you'll see Collins stick his hand up saying, this way. Gets the block, and it is touchdown from there. What a play. One mistake, and then a great athlete puts it in the end zone.
Sweep left. Jeff Scott.
We were thinking there might be 2-3 more series each, but I think the last 4 series for each side have been at a maximum 1-minute drive or less.
Under 9 to go now. Wallace met and driven back by Kevin Minter. Loss of 2. Saturday night in Death Valley. Ole Miss and LSU meeting for the 101st time. And this place has been electrified by an 89-yard punt return for a touchdown. The extra point good, and we are notched 35 all.
And Ole Miss has been owning 3rd down. They're 50%, 8 for 16 in the game.
Ole Miss needs a win in either of their last 2 games to become bowl eligible. They're 5-5. Knocked down. Micah Eugene or Lamine Barrow. Who got it?
Going with the slant this time to the outside. They run the fade, the stop fade. And that time it was Eugene, Micah Eugene.
4th down. And that's back-to-back 3 and outs now for Ole Miss.
That's become a major part of all football now. The defensive lineman taking away the short game. Passing game with the jumping up and knocking it down.
Beckham at the 30. I don't think he's recovered his breath from the last effort.
No, and that time, Burdett, number 2, stayed as wide as he could. If he'd have done that last time, there would have been no touchdown.
I'll stay tuned for the Jeep postgame show on CBS. Well, already today, we've seen UCLA knock off USC.
Ole Miss needs one more victory to get into a bowl game. But interesting, if the SEC wants to maybe pass someone, do they not need LSU to win this game for the top of the conference to remain its credibility? Very interesting how this thing plays out.
There's a toss to the left. That's Jeremy Hill with his 17th carry of the ball game. Mettenberger near side, caught. Tackle broken. This is Jarvis Landry, spin move, caught from behind.
He fumbled it, though.
Yes, he did.
I think Ole Miss has that football. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
And you called it from behind. Landry's running, and then you get a player stripping it from behind.
Mike Hilton.
Yes, it was. Mike Hilton. And was it Mike Murray that ended up with the football?
Twice.
Can't fault anybody here. You can only say hustle made the play. Mike Hilton comes from behind, rips it out, and Murray ends up with it.
So in a tie game, Ole Miss back on the field. They've gone 2 and out, 3 and out on their last 2 possessions.
And it doesn't appear the running game is there anymore for Ole Miss. It looks like they're going to have to throw it to make yards.
Wallace will throw. Watch out from the backside and then the front side. Benny Logan, number 18. Flag is down. Wallace and Logan having a chat.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 18 of the defense, run in behind the line, so the penalty will be in sports from the previous spot, 15 yards, automatic first down.
A big play, you can see it. You're going to blitz this side, drop the other side. You get a 4-man rush by bringing one of the secondary people, and inside Benny Logan reaches up to try to get the tackle, ends up with some face mask. Here's the end of it. Yes, and that's why Bo Wallace was kind of jawing with Benny Logan at the end of that play. He knew it was there.
6th LSU penalty. Wallace. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Randall Mackey. And he's hit by Lawston, and Mackey is hurt.
Yeah, this was just an improvisation that time by Mackey. He's only supposed to be running a short crossing route, but he sees the scramble. Mackey's going to come cross, and then he goes deep when he sees the scramble. He just sees all the open space, breaks his route, and Bo Wallace, finds him. What a play. What a game.
My goodness. And a first down at the 16-yard line. Scott is the running back. He gets it. Caught behind the line and dropped. Good job by Anthony Johnson, number 90. Loss of 2. Jalen Walton on the field at a wide receiver spot. Number 6. 2nd and 12.
Well, I'll tell you, it appears to me that Ole Miss is a bit confused here. Bo Wallace has looked back 3 times. They're going to take a timeout. He did not know the play call there.
They used the first of 3. Help the victims of disasters like Superstorm Sandy. Text Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. CBS cares. 5:54 to go, tied at 35. Wallace has now thrown for 310 yards. Jarvis Landry's fumble gave Ole Miss this opportunity. Mackey. Wallace hit, chased, caught and dropped. Anthony Johnson finally got him.
It looked like they were trying to fake the wide bubble screen and throw the ball down the middle. Fake it and look to the middle, covered that time. The safeties for for LSU, Reed and Lawston had nothing. They did not bite on the play, went with the gimmick, and Anthony Johnson ends up with the sack.
3rd and 23. Miss. Fourth and a lot more.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt the ball now. Almost tried the same thing. Tried the wide receiver screen to the outside. He faked it again. Same thing happened. That time from the outside. LeVar Edwards comes up with the sack. Were they going to try the long field goal?
Well,
54 yards. It is downwind, though.
he's kicked one of 53 this year. This one is 53. Bryson Rose from 53 to give Ole Miss the lead. That's going to stay wide right.
He did have plenty of leg, though.
Didn't he?
Yes. But that's a small target from 53 yards away. Back-to-back sacks. Hold looked good. Tilt was good, just the way you want it, towards the holder. Pushed. Now, look at the ball. Look at the field position. Les puts a little body English on it, and it was wide right.
4:18 to go in a tie game. Mettenberger. Right side. That's Michael Ford.
Interesting, isn't it? Go with Michael Ford there. I mean, Jeremy Hill has been such a big part of the team. Made so many big runs. Spencer Ware, it's been more Ware and Ford here in this football game. I don't know if Jeremy Hill has gotten nicked a bit or missed an assignment or whatever.
Second down. Short cut by Travis Dixon. Been a factor in the passing game tonight. That's his 5th catch. He had none coming into this game.
And here comes Copeland and Ware on 3rd and short.
Odell Beckham Jr. comes out. Ware. First down.
And as they've been doing in the past, they run to the right. Even when they run to the left, they're switching over Alexander.
First down 10. Tie game, 3 to go. Both teams 2 timeouts remaining. Cadron Boone, bottom of the screen. Ware.
Great feet by Ware.
Yeah, Covington had a clear path to him and missed him.
They faked the wide receiver screen to the right side, came back to the screen to Ware on the bottom side, and Spencer Ware made a great job of dodging that tackle.
Now you see Alaman, he's not a long-distance place kicker. His longest in his career, 44. The senior out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Now Dixon is split top wide right. 2nd down and 11. Mettenberger across the middle, crossing pattern.
Nice throw, put it right on the shoulder pads, didn't he?
Jarvis Landry.
Good coverage. Simquez Golson, number 21, was right there. That's about as good as you can do in coverage. Mettenberger just put it right on the shoulder pads. Landry came up with the catch. Here we go, 3rd and short again.
6 of 16 for LSU, converting 3rd downs in this ball game. And we've got 90 seconds remaining in regulation.
There's probably 2 downs to make the 1st down, too. I'm surprised they didn't go run formation here.
Motion right side. If the play stands, it'll be a 1st down.
Question is, was it Durasic or was the defensive end in motion? I think it was Ole Miss on the play, didn't they? In the neutral zone?
Offside. Defense.
Yep.
Number 38. Penalty is declined. 1st down.
It was Jason Jones, number 38, that got the head start. And Durasic moved when Jones moved. Good call.
And a first down 10. Jeremy Hill is back in there. Blitz. Mettenberger goes deep left side. Adjustment at the 5, and it's incomplete. Intended for Cadron
Yeah,
Boone.
but it's going to be roughing the passer.
Ah.
It was a hitch and go that time. I believe it was roughing the passer. At least that was one call. Denzel Kimdichie was, I think, the guy that got in there late. Yes, right underneath the chin.
Roughing the passer.
Yep.
Led with the helmet. Number 4. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Kimdichie that time got sacked right under the chin. One more look. Delayed blitz. Hitch and go. Helmet right under the chin.
And now the ball at the 20, so within Aleman's range.
And remember Les's MO. He does not like to kick a field goal. He likes to go for it. He likes to throw for the touchdown. They're in I, though.
First and 10 in a tie game. Toss. Jeremy Hill to the 18-yard line. Aleman for the year is 16 of 23.
Hugh Freeze just took a timeout. Excuse me, Hugh Freeze, smartly, he wants some time left if the field goal's made.
That leaves Ole Miss with 1. Aleman. Mettenberger. Second down and 8:48 seconds to go. Ole Miss with 1 timeout remaining. Tigers have 2. LSU trying to win its 9th and retain a mathematical chance of getting back to Atlanta as the Western Division champion. Ole Miss.
Vern, if LSU runs the ball and don't have an incomplete pass, Ole Miss can't get the ball back. So unless they throw and get an incomplete pass, they can kick the field goal on the last play of the game.
Second down, 8. 18-yard line.
Hill is the running back. Copeland's the fullback. That's Dixon in motion to the right side. Toss. Hill with Copeland leading the way. Great block. He's down to the 2.
Well, they went out wide. Ole Miss was thinking they would run it up the middle, follow Copeland just as Vern said it, and Jeremy Hill, I guess, is still healthy, isn't he? You wonder if Ole Miss just shouldn't take a timeout here and let them score. It's the only chance of them getting the ball back.
27 seconds to go.
Do a Mike Holmgren on it, right?
Yeah. I formation again, and the time is, flag is down
Now,
in the
I'd
end
say
zone.
12 people in the field. Is that what it is for Ole Miss? Yep, 12 men on the field.
Substitution infraction. 12 men on the defense. At the distance. First down.
So right now, Ole Miss has to depend on a turnover or let them score. I mean, you got 2 chances. Remember, when that end of that run, there was 40 seconds to go, so they've already burned off about 18 seconds.
Toss. Touchdown, LSU.
Well, Zach Mettenberger has become a weapon. There's no doubt about that.
Alamon for the extra point with 15 seconds remaining. Oh my goodness, dropped it. Brad Wing.
That's why you don't like to settle for field goals. Imagine if that one was for the win.
Let's go back and take a look at the tie-breaking touchdown.
Hill goes into midair, breaks the plane. Touchdown is called.
Hill with 20 carries tonight. 3 touchdowns. 77 yards in total.
Yeah, one of the things now is you just can't allow a kickoff return for a touchdown. You gotta squib kick the ball deep, make sure they don't get a return on you. Broke the plane, good call, touchdown.
Well, and one of the big plays was the roughing the passer here. Kemdichi.
Yep, and Zach Mettenberger was spitting blood in between the TV timeout on that one. Remember, that was a hitch and go. Took about an extra half second to throw the ball, and Kemdichi put his helmet right on the chin.
What a struggle. 41-35. James Hairston is the kickoff specialist.
Does Ole Miss have a Music City Miracle play?
Jalen Walton, number 6. Carlos Davis, number 34, are deep. A little bit of a pooch kick at the 18-yard line. It's Walton who runs out of bounds. 12 seconds to go.
As well as Ole Miss has played, and their quarterback's been a warrior. They've made a lot of great plays. Too many mistakes, too many turnovers. The special teams, the muff punt and the punt return did them in.
Yeah. And Barry Bernetti is going to come on for this play. Fires it. Incomplete. 7 seconds to go. Corvick Neal was the intended receiver.
It is ironic for Ole Miss. The least penalized team in the SEC, and a big penalty at the end is what really sealed their fate.
Here's Brunetti with Wallace on the bench. This will be the final play unless he gets out of bounds in a hurry. Fires it deep, and it's intercepted by Eric Reed.
He stepped out of bounds before he threw it, I believe.
And the clock is at 000.
Yeah, I think he stepped out before he threw the ball. Yes, he did.
Yep.
The only thing I can think about is why Brunetti is in there is if he could throw it farther, but it doesn't seem like he's in sync at all, does it?
No, not at all.
I'm kind of surprised with that. I thought we'd get a little hook and lateral.
Please reset the game clock to 3 seconds.
You know, I could see the big arm if you were about at the 45, 50-yard line, but this doesn't seem like it's accomplishing anything.
Well, I must admit, I was stunned to see him out there instead of Wallace.
I don't get it. I think Wallace is stunned.
Brunetti.
Here's hook and lateral.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, good. Not good. Wow. It's not Cal Stanford yet.
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, boy. And it won't be. Wacky. But compelling. Heartbreaking for the Ole Miss Rebels and Hugh Freeze. They lost to Vanderbilt at the end of the game last week. They now must beat Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. Long conversation between Les Miles and Hugh Freeze.
Well, the lateral play only works once in a decade, and it wasn't going to work here.
Ouch.
I don't even think all of these were laterals, to tell you the truth. Big Pierce Burton there stayed on his feet as long as he could.
I think Brad Wing is the one who appreciated that play more than anybody. It looked like Australian rules football. Let's go down to Tracy, who's with Les Miles and Zach Mettenberger.
Well, thanks a lot, Vernon. Coach, you knew you would get the best from them. What can you say about the way your team fought through the end here?
Well, this is a traditional matchup, and if you go back and you look at the Ole Miss games that involved LSU, it's wild and woolly. This was just like that, and our guys just kept playing, and it's it's just the way it is. This perseverance, get to the back end, find a way to win.
What can you say about this guy next to you and the toughness he continues to show you?
Well, he's the leader of our team. He does the things we ask him to do, and got a great arm.
Well, let me talk to him now, and
see ya.
They did not give up.
Come see if you
They did not give up over and over, but you stood tall. Talk about this final drive here, though, to score the go-ahead touchdown.
Made a lot of mistakes this game, but I think we just showed our perseverance and we can fight through adversity. That was no different. That drive right there. We got a big penalty at the end, and we were just able to put it in. Appreciate it, man.
That's right, and the 89-yard touchdown, punt return for the touchdown. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
And it's time now for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts with the call, Jim Hawthorne of the LSU Radio Network.
And Odell Beckham Jr. back to receive. There's the punt. Boy, that's a good one. Beckham taking a look. He's going to take it in and try to run near side, and he does at the 20, at the 25, going back the other way. Breaks one tackle. He's got some running room, 30, 35. He could go down the far sidelines. I don't think they're going to get him. Beckham is going to take it the distance.
Well, that tied it up. And then Jeremy Hill went in from close range to provide the winning score, 41-35. Let's take a look at the player of the game presented by Russell Athletic. Odell Beckham Jr., only 2 receptions, but those for 109 yards, and the 89-yard punt return was the game breaker. 41-35. Ole Miss loses. They go 5-6. We'll see you from Auburn, Alabama next Saturday. And don't forget LSU, Arkansas on Friday. For Gary Danielson and Tracy Wolfson, Vern Lundquist saying so long from Baton Rouge. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages and a word from your local station.